What's up, DoorDash drivers, YouTube viewers, whoever you may be? You know what time it is. It's time for another edition of my DoorDash Daily Recap videos. Today is Wednesday, January 3rd. If just kind of throw this out there, if by chance you found this video doing a search on recipes, including butter as an ingredient for the recipe. I'm sorry, this video is not going to have a recipe included with it, so I apologize for that. um, Short dash today, but as you can, probably tell by the title of the video, at least one, kind of interesting story and a couple other interesting stories as well from the dash. This is from like a couple days ago. Here, that's my monthly badge that I get every month for being a top dasher. I made it again for January. But anyway, on to the dash for today. Well, first, I should mention this. I really like this new. I used it in the last video for the first time. This new light, content creation light that I got for Christmas. So it seems to be working out for me. The lighting's better in the video. And as you might have noticed in the last video, I tried once again to use my wireless microphone. I did not really care for the sound quality of that video, but I left it alone and I left the video posted and everything. So I'm back this video with using the built-in microphone for the iMac. But I went ahead and I decided to get a hardwired microphone, and so I purchased that yesterday. That's going to be arriving on Saturday. I also I After I shoot this video, I'll probably start working on this next. I got a new desk that I bought a few days ago to put together. So I'm going to have a new setup here in this room with a new desk, the light, and by next week I'll have a new microphone. So hopefully the videos, the overall quality gets a lot better starting next week. But anyway, to today's dash, I started at 7:50 or 7:14 in the morning. And it was a short dash, and I'll get to the reasons why I ended it early. Or I could just mention it now. We have a letter coming today that's very important. It has a check in it, and we don't know if somebody probably has to be here for it. So my wife had to leave for work at 11:30 is when she left. So I just dashed for a few hours in the morning. The letter still hadn't arrived, so I needed to log off. I needed to stay here the rest of today in order to get that whenever it delivers. As I mentioned, I got that desk to put together. I got some other stuff to do, so it's extremely doubtful that I'll go back out and dash again today. So I'm happy with what I made on the dash earlier. It wasn't a lot of money, but it was good enough for today. I don't, I can take the rest of the day off. But anyway, sorry for rambling. Back to the dash. 7:14 start time. First offer of the day. Let's get to it. I got it right at 7:14, right when I logged in. Meyer 925. Meyer Pets 925, 7 miles. Going to an area where normally in the past I've had bad cell phone service, but I was willing to chance it, and I went ahead and took this. Now, I believe as I was pulling up to the Meyer, or it might have been, no. Why did I think it was after I already left the apartment? But Okay, now I remember. So I got that first order, and I was walking to the other room to tell my wife goodbye, and before I could even tell her goodbye, I got this other Meyer order stacked onto it. Additional 4 miles, $8, only 5 items. So went ahead and took that. So now I got two orders, only 7 items, 12 miles, $17. It's not bad. And again, it's 3 miles just to get to the Meijer. So I get to the Meijer, and here is, I didn't take a screenshot of the Meijer pets, but here is the Meijer order, the 5 items. It was all one thing. It was just butter, 5 tubs of Blue Bonnet. Well, vegetable oil spread. I call it butter. Let's just call it butter. uh, and so yeah, kind of a you get these strange orders like this. Is wonder where this is going to, and is somebody cooking something, and why would they need 5 of these things? So I but whatever. But I mean, easy order. I just one item. I just had to get 5 of one item, so it was easy. And from that standpoint, so then I go to now the dog food, or the Meyer Pets, was 2 bags of dog food. It was a 40-pound bag of one brand and a 15-pound bag of another brand. So I get the 2 bags of dog food. I get this one item. I head up to the checkout and start checking out. And for the dog food, I don't see this very often for the just kind of like the regular shopping orders, where normally you get the message to discard the receipt. And that's what I do. But for the dog food, it said to the customer needed the receipt. Ensure the receipt is in the bag. The only other time I've seen this that I can think of is a couple times when I've done PetSmart orders, and I get the messages that it's a tax exempt order, and there's like an extra barcode the cashier has to scan, and a number, and this and that. And then at the end it says, if you get this message right here to keep the receipt. But I haven't gotten this before on a Meijer order. And there was nothing, no message about anything being tax exempt either. So it was weird. So I didn't have like a sack or anything to put the receipt in. So I asked the self checkout cashier if she had any tape. And I walked over to the customer service desk with her. She gave me a piece of tape. I just kind of taped it to one of the bags. And she was like, "Are you sure you're supposed to give them that receipt? Because normally they don't get the receipts, because the customer is going to see on the receipt that, the receipt's going to show like our store prices for the items, and they pay a higher price on the DoorDash app. So they're going to see the difference in those amounts." Um, and I'm assuming too that's why it always tells you to throw away the receipt. That makes sense, that would be the reason why. Um, but I showed her this. I still had this on my screen, and I showed her my phone, and then she told another cashier, and I showed that cashier the phone as well, and they were both like, "Oh, wow, that's weird." But if it tells you to give it to them, so um, and then so then I go to deliver the dog food delivery was first, and I was pulling up I was like 2 houses down from the customer when this offer comes across. Uh, $5 for only an additional mile. So yeah, I'm taking this. Absolutely. So I accept this, drop off the dog food. Now I'm off to Panera. Now, remember the time, let's go back here, the time on the, when I accepted the, this right here. So that was 7:14. So remember that. And so I go to I pick up the Panera and deliver that. Still got the butter in my car. Okay. Let me back up. Okay, so because of the next screenshot. Okay, so I accept this. Then I deliver the Meyer pets because I'm right at that house, and I'm not sure why it says this right here. Meyer Pets, 234 pounds. I mean, two items, 234 pounds. I sure, well, I'm glad it wasn't 234. Yeah, like I said, I only had 55 pounds. So I think I've seen that before. Like on weights and stuff like that. I don't know why those discrepancies on some of these orders. I don't know, that's weird, but I didn't have anywhere close to 234 pounds. Like I said, that was just kind of weird. Let's move some of these over. Okay. So then I deliver the Panera, pick that up, deliver it. Actually, I hadn't even delivered the Panera yet when again I get another offer before I deliver the Panera. It was busy this morning. $5, only 2.5 miles. McDonald's, taking this one. But what about the butter? Am I delivering that next, or what's going on here? I pick up the McDonald's and deliver the McDonald's. Okay, so the McDonald's is dropped off. We get to 8:16. A CVS order. Okay, what about the butter? Butter's still sitting in my back seat in one of the hot bags. What about it? Did the system forget that I have that, or what about the butter? Good. And like CVS is like almost right around the corner from where this McDonald's drop off. So I basically drop that off, get block till I'm back on one of the main roads and just drive. I mean, it's like not even a half a mile, and I'm at the CVS. Okay, I'm just following the routing the DoorDash is giving me here. So here's part of the, well, let's see, no, this is the whole shopping list here, just about. 2, 3, yes. So 5 items. These first 3 things here, they were all like in one of the first aisles right when you walk in. So I had these 3 things within like 30 seconds of walking in there. And then I just had to substitute the Band-Aids. Instead of a 10 count, I got one of the substitutions was a 20 count. And I scanned that. They actually had 2 different SKUs for Water Block Flex Band-Aids 20 counts. So I scanned the wrong one, scanned the other one, that was right. I was good to go. I run up to the front, check out. But what about the butter? Okay, am I delivering the CVS now, or what's going on here? As soon as I check out at CVS, it has me deliver the butter. Finally, has me deliver the butter next. So I picked up and delivered 2 food orders and shopped an order before it had me deliver that order. That's pretty crazy. Now I've had many times before. I've had like a shopping order sitting in the back seat, and it has me pick up like one restaurant order, and I pick that up and deliver it. That you see that sometimes. That's normal. But yeah, to go to two restaurants, deliver those, and I now if it wouldn't have sent me to that customer after the CVS, I at that point I was getting real close to like switching tasks and delivering that butter and like going against the routing of the DoorDash routing. I try. I've done that once or twice before in the past. But typically I don't have a problem with the routing that the system gives me. Drop a comment below if in your market if you have routing issues and it happens frequently and you have to switch tasks. I'd be curious to know if there's some zones out there where the system is really like wacky as heck, and you have to keep switching tasks. Like I don't have a problem with that in my zone, but it looked like it was starting to become a problem on this dash. But like I said, I finally delivered that at 8:30 is when I delivered it. So I got that offer. Remember, 7:14 is when I accepted the order. So it took an hour and 15 minutes for that customer to get that. And I just I was just knocking out the orders. I just, was giving me these orders. I was accepting it one step at a time. Boom, 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 boom. And I wasn't really paying real close attention to the time. Um, Now I'm sure, well, I do know this for sure because I've had a customer tell me this, but DoorDash does push out the delivery times. So I had the zero tipper one time. It was a food delivery. It was like Wendy's or something like that. And it was just like a two. Now on that order, I didn't care. This was like a $2 minimum order. So DoorDash could have sent me 50 orders in a row before delivering that order, and I would have done all 50. On a minimum $2 order. But similar situation, but not as many orders. It's just like one order or something that I had to do. And the customer messaged me and said, "Well, why is DoorDash keep pushing out the delivery time on me? What's going on?" And I explained, "Well, they put me on another order. I'm completing that right now, and yada yada yada." So I know from that experience that DoorDash does push out the time. So I'm sure I wasn't there. There's no way like I was late in delivering that order. The system would have had to keep pushing that out to roughly that 8:30 time. It probably gave the customer like an 8:30 to 9 time frame or something. But I felt kind of bad too. I mean, the customer um, didn't look too happy, but I don't know if it was because of that order coming late. I mean, it delivered to a daycare, the daycare that I deliver to the most between that and this other daycare in my zone. Um, she could have been kind of upset just having a rough day overall, or some of the kids being ornery or something like that. Who knows what, she could have been upset about, but it could have been from the order taking an hour and a half. I don't know. And then I get this 1175. So just not even 10 minutes after delivering the butter, I get my next order, and or I'm sorry, that's after delivering the CVS. So I find, like I said, I finally delivered the butter, and then now I'm off to delivering the CVS order. I deliver that. I'm coming. That's a little bit takes me a little bit out of zone, and I'm coming back on my way back, and I get this Meyer order, 1175, uh, and you see here Meyer and the customers on top of on top of each other. So all 8 miles is just getting to the to Meyer, and 23 items. So that was kind of scary a little bit, but when I saw the how close the delivery was, and that once I got to Meyer, I didn't have to go anywhere after that to complete this order. And I had a hunch who this customer was, and I ended up being right. It's a customer. It's in a business like in the strip mall directly across the street from the Meyer. And that when I got to Meyer, pulled up the order, this was a real similar order to what this customer ordered the last time. Well, before I get to that, I got to Meyer. They tried to stack this $13 12-mile order onto me, another Meyer order, going to downtown Columbus. And I was like, thank you, but no thanks. Decline. That was my only decline of the day. So here is the order, most of the order anyway. And so you see here, it's only 10 different items. So 10 of the 23 units was these breakfast burritos. Boom, there you go. And then there was 2 other multiples, these hot pockets and one of the Mios or Mayos, however you pronounce it. And then this right here was another multiple, the ramen noodle soup, 3 of those. So, and what this is there's this customer, and I delivered to this other customer that worked in a bank just out of my zone, the neighboring zone. And so they have, these are good orders too, because what these people are doing is they must have little freezers or refrigerators or whatever in the break room or at these businesses or whatever, and they're able to stock up with the different drinks and snacks and stuff that they have, like when they're at work. And so that's what these orders are. And so I shopped this. This was a super easy shop. Here's the final time. I had this order shopped in less than 9 minutes. Easy as could be. No substitutions on that. Found everything. Piece of cake. Um, and then let's see. So next, my last order, and I got that. You see here, only took me 15 minutes to check out, run across the street, deliver that, immediately get my next offer. $7 McDonald's. You see, I'm right next to the Meyer, just one traffic light down, and it's delivering home. So I'm coming home for my next order, and this is 9:15. So it's at that's normally like when I take my break anyway, after 9 o'clock. So I'll drop this off and just be practically at home. Um, so I deliver that. I stopped home, had a little something to eat, and doing this and that, walk the dog, everything, and I wait and wait. I'm talking to my wife, and no orders. I end up waiting an hour I was logged in and just wasn't getting anything. And so 10:26, I logged off. Um, and I also wanted to get something to eat from Jimmy John's, and that's another reason I logged off around this time. Like I said, she was leaving for work at 11:30. We decided to get Jimmy John's. We're hooked on their sandwiches now, where it's called an unwich, where you have this sandwich wrapped in lettuce instead of the bun. And so I got us a couple sandwiches from there after I logged off. Uh, but so here's the summary. So the dash time was 3 hours 49 minutes. I was active 2:13. So that was what, an hour, about an hour and a half downtime, and like over an hour of that was at the very end, the last hour. Seven, you see, 7 deliveries completed, $53. Not great, but it's funny, like I was order after order after order, boom, 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 and it seemed like I was like busy and getting orders before I was completing other orders, and like I was knocking out these orders so fast. It seemed like a lot more orders than what it was. It seemed like I was on a fast track to like 80 or $90 or whatever, because it was like boom, 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 boom. But no, I only made $53. But hey, I'll take it. Um, Only 31 miles driven, so I'm off to you couldn't get much better start than that to the new year, than uh, $53, 31 miles. Um, Now at 2,493 lifetime deliveries. A couple other kind of updates here. I haven't had a negative customer rating fall off in a while. The next thing to drop off of my record is an exclusion. And I've delivered, check this out, 633 deliveries since I got that exclusion. That's crazy. So that should be dropping off any time now. Probably this week, I would imagine. And 30s, I'm at a 99% completion rate. You got 37 orders more to go until that I think it was an Aldi's drop, if I'm not mistaken. 37 orders until that falls off. I'll be back at 100%. So that is the summary for today's dash. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hope your dashes are going well. Hope you're being safe out there. And until the next video, thanks again for watching.